Okay, I'm going to be doing a tier list of how much I enjoy playing against each of the killers. We're just going to go down the line, just like I did how much I like to play each of them. And yeah, let's start with our fabulous Trapper, which I recently just got to P100. Honestly, for a simple reason I like playing them, I find the sound satisfying, and I don't actually mind going up against Trapper. They're kind of a rare sight, so I enjoy them quite a bit, personally. So they're definitely going to go in like. Now for Wraith. Wraith is going to be more of an okay, because I don't know, he's not one I enjoy going up against that often, but I also don't hate going against him either, so yeah, I think okay is good for them. And then Billy. Billy's actually one of my favorites, especially ones that go like for Herb Billy. Herb Billy is one of my favorite things to face against. Ones that, and seeing a really skilled Billy and going against one is really fun in my opinion. So yeah, definitely my first one and my favorites. Now for Nurse. Nurse is probably gonna be I mean, the thing about Nurse is when you go against a really good Nurse, it's over in no time because they'll kill the whole team. But if you're going against someone that doesn't know how to play Nurse, or someone that's only like partially skilled in Nurse, it feels like you're just bullying them sometimes, and I don't like that. So Nurse is definitely I like seeing a skilled Nurse just because they can hit like every blink, but yeah, I don't see a lot of like super skilled Nurses. In fact, I don't even see Nurse that often in general. Myers is okay. Would I put them above or below our wonderful Wraith? I'll put them above Wraith, to be honest. Maybe, there we go. Myers is not in the game anymore, which is unfortunate, but I like the sound design for his power, and they actually use like the proper sounds for him and everything. I know a lot of people don't like his rework, which I prefer his rework a little bit better than his original version, just because you can go back into stealth, but that's playing as him. But playing against him, I don't mind. Trying to mind game his like lunges and stuff are really fun. Hag is definitely gonna go and rather someone else. I just don't like playing against Hag. Chase Hag is okay. I don't think I've ever actually faced a Chase Hag as far as I remember. Maybe one or two in the entire time I've been playing this game. I play Chase Hag when I play her, but I don't like going against normal Hag at all. It's not very fun for me. Doctor's actually I like to go against probably a little bit more than the Trapper. I like his sound design as well, and trying to mind game when he's gonna like shock you and dropping the pallet on the right side to see if you can like make them think you're on the side they think you're gonna be. It's all about mind games with him a lot of the time. At least in loops that you can't see each other in. I find that really fun to do. Plus I like all of his laughs and everything. I know he's a killer that some people can't go up against, which I understand, but I like going against him. Huntress. I would actually put Huntress in light. Trying to like dodge her hatchets, seeing where like trying to out mind game whether she's gonna like predict you're gonna dodge, predict you're not gonna dodge, or whatever, and having ones that can actually hit orbitals and going against ones that goes for the long shots and all that is really fun to do. I definitely like that. Bubba. Yeah, I'll put him like. Yeah, I'll put him like. He's fun because he's more of a risk. Like, are you gonna like go for the risk of trying to pallet stun him while he's using his chainsaw? I usually go for that, and I usually get down just because of getting hit at the pallet. Even though I get the stun, I get the hit at the same time. It's kind of, I find it enjoyable to do. So, and then looping the Bubba with his chainsaw is always fun, and all the sounds he makes. Freddy. Ever since his rework, I've actually liked going against him more, but I'll really go at the top of okay for now. Actually like his rework quite a bit, trying to when you're like in the middle of being chased and you're running towards a pallet and you're like, is this a real pallet or is it one of his dream pallets? So he's just gonna pop on you. And the really good ones that like chase you towards the pallet and just like hit you right as you reach it. I think it's always fun to go against a Freddy. I don't actually see them very often. Pig. Pig is an eh. I like them more than Nurse though. I don't see a lot of pigs that try to use their power. If I saw more pigs that try to like use their power in short loops and stuff where you can like try and mind game them and stuff, I think I'd enjoy them a little bit more, but most of the ones I go up against don't try and go for the mind games with their power. There's not a lot of maps that have like good loops for that though, so I can kind of understand that. Clown! I actually hate going against Clown more than Hag, so I've always hated going against Clown. He's not fun for me. Honestly, even playing as him, he's my lowest kill rate in the game right now. I don't even really like playing him. I like playing him a lot more than playing against him, but I never really enjoyed playing against Clown. I don't particularly know why. Just not been the most enjoyable for me. Spirit. It's actually gonna go in okay. I might actually like Spirit more than Wraith, to be honest. Once again, it's all about like mind games. Like, is this person like using good headphones, can hear you like backtrack on them? Are they gonna predict the backtrack? Are they gonna predict which side of the pallet you're gonna run to after they start phasing? I like the mind game aspects of going against Spirit. Going against a really good Spirit though is can be a pain sometimes because they have good headphones, they know the sounds of every character and stuff like that. It's definitely very interesting to go against. Legion. You'll probably be at the top of my rather someone else. So before the Gen Kick max limit entered the game, Legion is the only character that ever tried to like refuse to chase and just deep wounded everyone over and over again. That was before they entered the Gen Kick limit or before they had the abandoned system. Legion's the only one that tried to hold out the server for an entire hour until everyone just decided to give up and just down themselves with deep wounds. So yeah, that one experience is just sort of tainted how much I like going. I mean, I never really liked the mending simulator with him. They lowered the timer on him, so which was nice, but yeah, that one Legion just kind of annoyed me. only time I've really been really annoyed by a killer when I've gone against them. The fact that they didn't even want to do any chases or anything, they just constantly put people in mending out of 3 gen. Yeah. Plague, actually, it's kind of hard. Plague is I find very similar to Legion in a way, but I think I just enjoy going against her more. I don't really know why, I think the right way to play against her is to stay injured, and I don't know, for her it seems more interesting just because I don't really know actually. I've just always enjoyed her a lot more than Legion, and I don't know why. I guess because you're not mending all the time, I guess is the only difference between these two. And a good honestly, these two are also the only two that can get like proper use out of Thana, which I've liked about both of these characters playing as is Thana's not a super powerful perk unless it's like on one of these two that can keep people constantly injured. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put her there because my brain is telling me to, and she's also a character I really like playing as too, so once again, I don't know why. Now, Ghosty Face is definitely one of my favorites. I love going up against Ghosty Face, mainly his Mori. I think one of my favorite things, actually, he's I got him and Trapper to P100 recently. Also, he's always been fun. I like all the different masks you can go against. I like that he can teabag back. I always found that really funny about him. A really good Ghosty Face that could like sneak up on you and get the grabs, or stalk you from a place you're not expecting is always fun to go against too. I like the surprise of going against Ghosty Face because you never really know where he is unless you have like a team calling out where he's going. Demogorgon. Demogorgon is actually going to be one that I like going up against as well. I think right there would be good. Demogorgon. So when I first started playing, he was being removed from the game. He's back in the game now, but I've always liked trying to like dodge his shreds and try and once again like the Bubba thing, trying to stun him while he's in the middle of a shred to see if you can stun him before he gets the hit off on you. I like that aspect, the risk reward kind of thing. Kind of fun. Oni is probably gonna go above. I don't know if he. I feel like these two could be very interchangeable. Oh, I'll put him there. Oni, I like trying to like prevent his power as long as possible. If you're like really good at whoops and stuff, you can like prevent his power for like half the game. But then once he gets his power, it's kind of fun to try and like the mind game of like which directions he's gonna go. Is he gonna be able to get the flick around the corner and get the down or anything like that? It's kind of fun to do. Or can you dodge his power? Like there's a clip I did the other day where you can counter him by just jumping in a walker when he's in the middle of like charging up his power, because he can't do anything. He can't cancel the charge up and attack. It's really fun. I enjoy going against him. Slinger is actually very similar. Trying to like dodge his shots and everything, trying to predict what like little cracks he's gonna shoot through. It's really really entertaining to go against. I also like that a lot of people don't know that there's this little whistling sound. I mean, it's very hard to hear, but if he's aiming at you, you can actually hear a little whistling sound when he's aiming at you, which is kind of cool. He's also got one of my favorite Moris in the game too, so if he does kill me, I'm fine with it as long as it's a Mori. So that's kind of fun. Pyramid Head is actually gonna go in light. I love going against the Pyramid Head that goes for a lot of shots and all that, and it's also interesting seeing my teammates and stuff try and not get tormented as much as possible, because a lot of people just give Pyramid Head a free M1 just so they won't get tormented. I run into that a lot when I'm playing as Pyramid Head too. But I think my favorite thing is just dodging Pyramid Heads that go for a lot of shots. Trying to predict where they're gonna flick and all that. It's really fun for me. I enjoy it. Blight! Blight is gonna go at an but I like them better than Nurse and Pig, to be honest. Once again, I feel like most of these characters I like them just because of dodging. I mean, if you're up against a good Blight, they're gonna know that you can't swing early. You swing until like you're like a frame away, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to get the hit. But the ones that don't know that. It's fun to like when they start to swing, you spin around them. They can't get the hit and stuff. It's fun. I enjoy it. And also, he's being nerfed. He hasn't been nerfed yet, but he's being nerfed. I don't play him very often, so I'm gonna have to test him out when he comes out to see how good or how bad it's gonna feel for me as someone that doesn't play very often. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Twins. I don't know where to put twins actually. I almost never see them. I see them maybe once every month or two. I'll put them in okay. I'll put them like right in the middle of okay. Just because it is kind of fun going up against twins, just because they're so rare to see. But also, if you're up against a really good twins, they're gonna be 4-man slugging pretty much, which isn't as fun. But just the rarity of how rare I see the twins, I think in okay is good for me, because I actually enjoy seeing them when I do. Trickster! Music we're listening to right now. Just got slight changes. I wouldn't really call it a rework. I do like the new skin, the new Mori and all that, but I think for the most part, they're gonna go in Ev, because I don't hate going against them, but I'd would rather someone else for the most part, as long as it's not one of these three. I think these three might be the only ones that I actually hate going up against. Now that I think about it, yeah, you'll go there. I am not a big Trickster player. I don't know if the current version is a buff or a nerf to him. I just would rather, if I see them, if they're using new skin and stuff, I'm happy. I'm not gonna say I'd rather go get someone else, because that's what this is for, but I wouldn't choose them either, so I'll go nah. But I wouldn't be upset about going against Trickster. I like dodging their knives and all that, which sometimes you can like feel like you're in the Matrix and just dodge them constantly, which is fun to do sometimes. Nemesis is definitely gonna go in a like, probably at the top of like. I love going against Nemesis and seeing what kind of weird bugs the zombies are gonna do. See how many whips I can dodge. Getting whipped, being covered in his blue stuff. I love that he has a voice line for the Stars members when he mories them or grabs them out of a locker and stuff. It's really, they did really good design in my opinion on him. I love playing against him. Pinhead will probably go in an eh. But I'd probably like him more than Trickster. Once again, this is probably more than one, like, how well do they know box spawn logic? Because then if you get one that has like 3 slowdowns and immediately finds the box right off the bat, or finds the box every time it spawns in and all that, it can be really annoying to go against going against him. But it's also fun like dodging the chains when they're trying to use it on you in the middle of a chase. Like the risk of trying to solve the box when you go to get it, like, are you in a place where he won't be able to stop you from solving it or something like that? It's fun. Those parts are fun, but I've gone against one before that found the box like almost every single time it spawned, and then it's just a pain because you can't do anything the entire game pretty much, and then they have like 3 slowdowns, so yeah, it's definitely an F for me. Artist is one of the ones I really like to go against. Probably more than Trapper. Artist was the first new killer I saw in the game when I first started playing. I think I just like her sound design or her power more than anything, but all that just draws me into like going against her. Also, if you get ones that like go for the slingshots or go for long shots with the crows, it's really fun to do. Sort of similar to Huntress, but I like it a little bit more than Huntress. Sadako is definitely gonna be an A. She's been changed so many times that I don't even really know her base kit all too well anymore. Even when I play as her, I just sort of wing it and just go with whatever like knowledge comes to mind. But I also like that she has the tape mechanic too, and if you like know how the TVs work, the fact that the tape will play if there's a survivor within a certain distance of the TVs, so you can actually use that as a like way to see if there's a survivor nearby when you're playing as her. But you can also use that as a way when you're going against her, and when you're going against her, you also gotta like take into account turning off the TVs. I like the extra objectives. I think I like about her. I think that's what I like about playing against her, is just the extra objectives. That can also be annoying if you go against a Sadako that's just going for condemned as well. So yeah, it's good for me. Dredge. I don't actually see Dredge very often. I saw 2 during the event, but those are the first 2 I've seen in a long time. I don't know if I'm gonna really be able to judge Dredge. I mean, playing as them, I know what I do and don't like about them, but playing against them, I'll put them in okay, but oh no, they're getting a little bit of buffs in this XFJ. I hope I see more of them actually. I'll put them in okay because I hope I see more with this slight buff that they're getting. It's not like anything major, but it will make playing as them a little bit better. Playing against them, I like the mechanic of locking the lockers. I like the risk of sometimes I'll lock a locker right as they're teleporting to us, so I get grabbed. That always jump scares me. I enjoy that. They're fun characters, especially the Nightfall. Nightfall is a cool mechanic to try and exist in. You want to say hi, Rex? Is that what you're wanting? Hey. Rex says hi. Hey, Rex. It's a little Rex break. Yeah, I think I like going against them just because they're a little bit more unique with that Nightfall. Wesker. Wesker's probably one of my favorites to go against. Honestly, I'm a big Resident Evil fan, and going up against Wesker is always kind of fun to like 50-50 chances, like when you're out in the open, whether he's gonna like get you with one of his bounds or not. Like dodging the bounds is fun. If you can get a Wesker to vault over a pallet or a window when you're in the middle of chase. I love the ones that have like a personality, like when they accidentally vault, they do a slow turn back to look at you. I don't get that very often anymore, but it is always kind of funny when you run into a Wesker with a little personality when they accidentally do that. I think it's a good time, and they changed his infect mechanics, so when you get hooked, you're down to 1% infection, so you can't tunnel as prominently as he used to be able to. I think that's good for him too. Honestly, I think just being a Resident Evil fan just makes me like going against him. In fact, Resident Evil 5 was the first one I ever played, and he's the final boss of that one, so spoilers. Yeah, this is great. I don't think they got the same voice actor from 5, but he sounds almost just like the voice actor from 5, and the voice lines go great. Only got 7 minutes to spare. I don't sound like him enough. Knight, also a character I don't see very often, but I do actually like going against him. I actually probably like going against them more than I wouldn't say they're in the like category, but I'd rather go against one of them than the ones down here, or probably any of the ones below it. I like I don't know what they did, but it feels like I accidentally like I've been seeing a lot of knights when I go against them do the double swing whenever they try to pull out the guard that breaks pallets fast or kicks faster. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know each of the guards' name. There's like the Carnifex, the Assassin, and Jailer. I think it's Carnifex that breaks things faster. It's always funny when you like they go to break a pallet and they swing immediately after, because I think you double press the button, which is interesting. I've done that a couple times with him. I think that's what's happening, but going against this one, like which guard are they gonna send? Do they have the add-on that makes them undetectable when they're chasing someone? Do you have to like look out for them, hear those big earthquake footsteps coming towards you, and that 1,000 pounds of armor? I think I'm just drawn to him because he's just a knight in general, and he gets some really good outfits too. Kind of fun to go against him. Skull Merchant. This is gonna sound weird to people, but I've never hated any version of Skull Merchant going against them. I never had a Skull Merchant that tried to like hold the game hostage in any way, so I've never actually hated going against them. I'm still gonna put them in just because they almost don't have a power anymore. They're practically just an M1 killer. They did some recent little buffs to her, but I don't know, it's just like I'm practically going against a killer that doesn't have a power, and I don't think that's super fun all too well. I mean, there's still a lot of people that she drops a drone and then you run away from the loop, and you do that over and over again. It's not super fun to go against just because she has like no real power anymore. I think I liked the previous version of her where she had like 2 lines and stuff, where she actually felt like a little bit more of a threat with her drones. Her version just feels too weak, so I'm gonna put it in there. Singularity, the Singularity. I'm gonna put you at the bottom of okay. I don't actually see them very often, but I literally just had a thing the other day where I swooped in right as the camera turned on. I turned it off and uninfected everyone at the gym it's kind of funny to go against when you like perfectly time like saving people with the EMPs and stuff. And trying to out like mind game the overclock and stuff, like vaulting at like the perfect time or dropping a pallet at the perfect time and stuff, like trying to like predict like when their overclock is gonna run out, like now is a good time to drop pallet or now is a good time to do whatever. It's kind of fun. Like I said, I don't see them too often, so I might be a bit obscure. They might be an if I face them more often, but also trying to look out for the pods is fun too. Like, can this gen be looked at from any angles by any of his pods? You have to like look around to see if he has any pods nearby to slipstream you. It's fun. Actually, Alien is actually gonna be a liked one for me. I like I said, I kind of like some of the killers that have like extra objectives, and putting up turrets and stuff is always cool, especially with the fire effects and stuff. And then you set up an area with a turret and then you run to it, and then the turret takes hit for you or they get knocked out of their power. It's like you get to set up how you want to run the killer when they come after you, or you can set up for a teammate to run in a particular direction. Like I think the last time I went up against one, I set up one in one loop, and then a teammate set up one in like a adjacent loop, so you just like run from loop to loop and like predicted pathing for yourself. It's kind of fun just setting up the map in a way that you want to face the killer. I think it's kind of cool because it's like extra objectives on top of doing just the generators as survivor. And then you can like set up like double turrets and strategic spots to knock them out of their power. It's really fun going against Xeno, and you never know which tunnel they're gonna crawl out of unless you have a turret set up and you can hear it beeping. The beeping gets faster depending on how close he is. I think the turrets can detect him from up to 40 meters away, I believe. So if you like know the mechanics for that, it's fun too. Chucky's definitely going in liked. I just love all of his voice lines. He will shit in the fact that he flips you off when he hits you. He's one of my favorite. He's definitely like a really liked character to go against. I don't think he's favorites, but he's really funny to go against. You know what? I am actually, now that I think about it, I am actually liking him quite a bit, so. Oh, that's hard. I don't know if he would be in my favorites or not. I love his voice lines more than anything. Dodging his slice and dice is fun too. We'll put him at the top liked, actually. He's a really fun one to go against because the voice lines are one thing, and dodging his slice and dice. Like, who's gonna mind game who with a slice and dice? Which way is he gonna go? Is he gonna backtrack back to the left and go the opposite way the way you think? Fun. And unknown's gotta be at the top of my favorites. I have an unknown main. I know how to counter them so well. Like going up, and honestly, I don't see a lot of unknowns, but there's a couple that I've gone against recently that actually really know how to use their powers well. And I always enjoy seeing other unknowns that know how to properly use the powers. It's a really great time. I mean, ones that bounce around objects, knows how to like aim the UVX like over objects properly and predict where stars are going. I mean, I know how to counter him pretty well, so I don't get hit by a lot of UVXs, but the last one I went against actually hit me with like over half of his UVXs, which is more than I think any other unknown I've gone against says. I really wish I could have talked to that guy when I went up against him. That would have been fun. Yeah, it's fun going against my main. Just knowing everything about the character just makes it so much more fun. And we got the witch, the Vecna, the first Vecna, not the first, but the first Vecna in the game from D&D. I'll put you in okay. I like the extra objective. I like the extra objectives that also like give you benefits. So I'd mention like this, the like hand and eye in Vecna. I don't get them very often, but I think I like the hand the most. It teleports you when you pass enter a walker. But the fact that you have an extra objective that gives you an item that rewards you. And if you, I also like the risk factor of using the legendary items, the hand and eye and Vecna, because that means if you get onto death hook, you can just mori you with an alternative mori. I like that. I also like the implementation of the mimics, where if you roll a nat 1, you get stuck in mimic. It's always funny. Rex. Hi, Rex. And then the fact that you'll activate a mimic and then one of your teammates will go to the exact same one, and I think it stays a mimic for a while or permanently. I don't quite know that mechanic, but then you just watch your teammate do the exact same, try and go into the exact same chest and just immediately get eaten. It's always funny. Honestly, it's just funny going against a character, and then when you go against a Vecna that really knows how to like combine powers, like I'm forgetting the names of the different powers, but the mage hand, my mage hand with the skeletons, I ran into a couple Vecnas that really know how to like use those properly together. Like it's impressive to see. I enjoy going against really good Vecnas, really good witches. And now is the Dark Lord. I'm gonna put you in pretty much the same as the Lich, I think. Yeah. I like going. They're fun to go against just because, like, dodging the wolf is fun. Trying to predict the hellfire is interesting. Also, the ones that use, like, Alucard shield or the box. RX. Alucard shield or the box, where the box just, every time a gen gets done, you get the fire pillars around the killer for a little bit. I kind of wish they would increase the duration of that, because how long it lasts doesn't really do much. If they increase the duration of that, I think it would be really fun, just because you have to run from him. If you're close enough, you have to dodge the hellfires coming up. It makes it so much more fun to go against, and the Alucard shield is the only thing in the game that really affects the exegates after they're open, besides Blood Warden. It's very interesting. It's the most unique add-on in the game, and I'd love more killers or a power that did something like that, or a perk, I mean, that did something like that. Because I think that would be really cool to see, like, a perk or more add-ons that do something similar to that. Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite thing about him, just his unique add-ons, and just like trying to predict, and just like dodging his powers and stuff. Also, whenever he's in bat form, just when you walk through them when he's in bat form and they don't notice you, the bat just flies through your character and you just keep walking because he doesn't know you're there. It's kind of funny too. Hound Master! Hound Master is one I don't see very often, so you're gonna have to go in light just because of that. No, I'll put you right in the middle of these two. Love dodging the dog. Love the power in general of going against Hound Master. But I don't see them enough to really have an opinion on how much I like them outside of okay. They're kind of a rare killer, but I think that's mainly because when they released, they had so many bugs. They still have bugs, but they had so many bugs that made them people not really purchase the Shafter very much, I think. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I would love to see more. I think that's right here is perfect because I'd love to see more. Same for like twins. Same for like twins. I'd love to see more. If I saw more of them, it would be a lot more fun, I think. But they're also like two of the buggier characters in the game. Aniki. Ooh. This one's probably gonna go in rather someone else only for the fact that I see so many Kanikis. I don't actually mind going against their power. I've never like hated going against their power. I hate how often I see them. They're like a quarter of my games a lot of times when I play Survivor. And that's the only thing I hate because I like variety. If I could like play against every character pretty much equally, I think I'd prefer that over seeing Kaneki over and over again. So I'm gonna say rather someone else just because of how often I see them, not because I hate their going against their power or anything. Because The power is sort of like, the power is more mobility and a little bit like a weaker version of Legion. But yeah, it's just because of how often I see them. Otherwise, I'd probably put them in like okay, probably. If I started seeing them less, I'd be perfectly okay with that. We got Springtrap. I love FNAF games. I am a P100 Springtrap as well. P100 Unknown. P100 Ghost Face and Trapper. Or Trapper, go there you go. But yeah, I love dodging the axes. I love the mechanic with the doors. Most people don't use them. I try to use them in most games I go up against Springtrap. I don't always have the time to, because I try to make sure there's always at least one person on a gen. A lot of times that ends up being me, because I don't know why the killers just never seem to find me a lot of time. So I just have to be the one. I'd love to use the cameras more. They're actually buffing the cameras with this next update. They're buffing the cameras, and I'd love to like use it more to reveal them. I also use the door in the event sometimes to teleport the gas to a gen, because that character actually makes it so the tanks aren't that far away sometimes. So you just like go across the map, get some get some of the blood, and then just teleport all the way back across the map. You just go back and forth as long as the killer's not using the doors or paying attention. It's actually fun, because if the pumps spawn in a really bad location, you were against Springtrap, but you can just use his own power against him. So that was interesting. And then of the different skins, like you got like the blighted skin, the glitch trap, which is my favorite. I love the shushing whenever he grabs you. Oh, the grabbing mechanic in general. Grabbing mechanic in general is just really cool. I love the pseudo jump scare he gets. Also, the jump scare when he grabs you in an office. I haven't experienced it in a while, but it's always that. Pretty much the jump scared me every single time once I knew it was happening. I was never expecting it. That's a really fun thing to do. Come across. Krasue. Actually, I like going against Krasue. I'm gonna put you in like. I don't see them very often, but probably at the bottom, like. But I actually like going against them. They're a unique thing. They're also a very horrifying thing to look at when they're in their Krasue form. I also like the pseudo singing when you like fire the power off. I don't know if it's really screaming or singing. It's more like a screaming, but I like the sound effects to her. I like the design of her. Power is interesting. It's interesting that you eat these mushrooms that just spawn around the map, and every time she goes into head form, her body turns into mushrooms. I also love the body when it like she turns into head form and the body just keeps walking for a second before it falls over and collapses. I don't know, she's a really fun one to go against in my opinion. I don't really see them very often. In fact, I almost never see them now that I think about it. I didn't even see them very often when they first came out. Huh. I don't know why. I mean, when she first came out, she was more powerful than she is now, but still, she was never really a big selection of ones I went against. And let's do our final, the first, the Witch, our final killer. One that I saw a lot of when they first released, but I don't see a lot of anymore. I guess I actually liked going up against them. Probably a little bit more than Pyramid Head. I like if you're up against a really good witch, I've run into ones I almost never miss. But also against other ones, it's always like a 50-50, and I love the like 50-50 aspects. I mean, that's sort of why I like going against these two, is because the 50-50 aspect of, am I gonna stun them and get hit? Or am I going to stun them and not get hit when they use their power? And I think that's one thing I like about him, is his power is just always like kind of a 50-50, unless you're like locked in the animation of dropping a pallet or vaulting or something like that. It's really fun. I think they could lighten up on his anti-camp a little bit. The anti-camp for him lasts a little bit after someone gets unhooked, which I don't understand why, because you could like It could be like a full 2 seconds after, 1 or 2 seconds after someone gets unhooked, and the anti-camp will still be in effect around the hook. So I think they could lighten up on that. I think as soon as someone gets unhooked, give them like half a second, and then they should be able to use their power. But other than that, I enjoyed the 50-50 aspect, and I also like going over to the clocks, and your character just like closes its eyes and just jams out to some 80s music or 70s, or I don't actually remember when Stranger Things takes place. It's kind of funny. Seeing Leon or Claire or Lara just jamming out some music. It's always kind of fun. So yeah, this is my tier list, my most favorite to play against and my least favorite to play against, which I feel like these two could be interchanged. Now that I'm thinking about it, these two could probably be interchanged a little bit. I think I dislike going against them equally. Yeah, my tier list of how much I enjoy facing each and every killer in the game. Hope you enjoyed. Anyone that wants to see me live, I do stream on Twitch and YouTube Tuesday through Saturday most of the time, sometimes Mondays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to stop by, it's Dr. Serban. I will leave links in the description. Hi Rex, are you going crazy? You want to say goodbye to the people? Oh, nope. And there he goes, running away. Yeah. Have a good night, buddies, and I will try and do another tier list at some point. I don't know what it will be of. Actually, I might do a video of my DBD stats, because I haven't actually gone over my stats yet. And I would think that would be kind of fun to do at some point, going over my survivor and killer stats. So that might be my next YouTube-specific video instead of a tier list. But yeah, have a good night, buddies, and I shall see you next time. Buddy.